When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, July 1st, and we have our national sportscaster here to break us in on the Steelers trades and how we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Tom, take it away.
Steelers trade for Jalen Ramsey and get rid of the worst safety in the league. Minkah Fitzpatrick ranked 46th the last two seasons at safety, and people were saying that we're going to miss him. Come on, get out of here.
Come on.
The only problem we might have is DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey fist fighting on the sidelines, but we don't have George Pickens there to break it up, so who the heck knows what's going to happen this Steelers season. All I know is I'm excited.
Tom is excited. He got in his Steeler gear 2 months early, and it's the freaking rainforest out there these days. What's going on?
Good morning, man. Good morning. It's all right, though. You need a little bit of rain. You got to grow those tomatoes, man. You know, cool things down a bit. So
that's true. Well, guys, we made it to July. Can't believe we're middle of summer already. Holy crap, 2025 is absolutely flying along, but we're in the thick of it. It is the busy season, and really what we want to get in today, because it's the most popular phrase in real estate, 30-day close. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it helping? Is it hurting? And frankly, it all depends on the buyer and their situation, right, Tom? It might be good. It actually might hurt the buyer, and we'll talk about how here in a minute.
Yeah, and it literally all depends. And that's why it's very important to discuss that closing date with all parties, the buyer, the seller, the listing agent, the lender, make sure everybody's on the same page. And heck, I think we forgot about the most important person about the 30-day closing, the title company, because the title companies cannot close 30-day loans right now. Every single one of them doesn't get taxes and then cries wolf at the end. So yes, I'm putting title companies a little bit on blast here. They are failing to get the 30-day closings done. So who is it best for?
That's true. That's true, Anth. We know we have that great Jordan tax service in our area that takes, I don't know, Fred Flintstone moves faster than them sometimes to get taxes and the information that we need to close. And buyers don't fully understand that. They think there's a contract date, they're ready to close, and we all know we don't find out from the title company or from whoever only a couple days before closing that we don't have all the information in. The biggest thing we have to remember, 30-day closes do not mean that the file is getting worked on for 30 days. Everyone does calendar days for the closing. Mortgage companies only work business days. Title companies only work business days. Most buyers only send us documents on business days. They're not checking their emails. They're not answering phone calls. They're not bothering with the processing of their mortgage on a weekend. Here in July, we have a holiday. So that takes away a day or two. There's people on vacation all over the place. So 30-day closes turns into like 22 business days. And Anth, when you get into it, all right, you got a 30-day close. Buyer takes 2 days to get documents to us. We need a day to do the mortgage application. Then the file gets handed in and set up. Appraisal gets ordered. Title gets ordered. Then it gets to underwriting. Then we all know mortgage rolls. You need to have everything done 3 days before closing to get the ICD. I mean, we just keep cutting down days, where really you're almost looking at 2 or 3 weeks of business days to get a file fully clear to close on a 30-day close. That may be great, but whenever you have, let's say, a first-time home buyer that needs a PHFA loan, right? Maybe they have a better interest rate, but we all know PHFA has to approve the loan. That loan type takes longer. You can't do a 30-day close for PHFA loans. So instead of getting the best interest rate, we then have to get them into a different mortgage program with a higher rate to meet the closing date. Is that helping the buyer to get a higher interest rate to close in 30 days?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it comes back always to affordability, man. Like I get it. On the agent side, they're trying to get the offer accepted. On the finance side, we're trying to do the best we can for the client when it comes to the financial terms and the ability to repay that loan over the time specified. Ultimately, getting a lower rate is going to have a lower payment, and that's going to add 10 days? Is that really going to hurt the transaction if it's 40 days instead of 30? I don't think so. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if it's the best offer when it comes to the seller netting their net proceeds, I don't think 10 days or so is going to kill that deal. But on the other side, we're looking out for the client. I mean, that interest rate difference could be 0.75 to 1% difference, between each program. So it's a pretty huge difference when you're looking at monthly payment and what that client's paying over time. So on the financing end, that's what we're looking at and showing to the client to make sure that we're giving them the best option available that's going to help them with their financing.
And that's all we're saying is to double check with us, the loan officer, before you put that offer in, to make sure, like, hey, we have them in this loan that's going to take a little bit longer, or hey, maybe their USDA loan. USDA has to approve it as well. There are a couple more days on that process. There are timelines involved with the mortgage process. We're all living in a realistic world. We want to close every loan and get the best deal for every buyer as quick as possible. But sometimes a couple days are needed, and a couple extra days to get the buyer the best mortgage program in our eyes as loan officers is well worth it. We totally understand during COVID, it was crazy. Buyers had to give up everything. Quickest close, most over asking, who's waiving everything. It's not that market anymore. And now we need to see buyers winning a little bit. And if, like Anth just said, if it's 10 extra days to get a better rate, we should be able to do that for the buyers.
Yeah, realistically, that's not even a lot of time. 10 days, buyers will go by and snap like that because they're setting up utilities. They got to do a million things, pack. Maybe they're selling their house to buy the new one. They're packing, they're getting everything ready. They're figuring out the logistics of that, calling family, helping them move. There's a lot of things that go on, that we take for granted as being part of every transaction every day as an agent or insurance or mortgage guy in this business. We take it all for granted. There's a lot going on, and this is the biggest decision. And oftentimes people are only doing it once or twice in a lifetime. So don't rush it. There's no reason to rush it and make them feel uncomfortable. I see all the time people put up on Facebook and stuff, clear to close 3 days, clear to close 5 days. Like, congrats. Everybody could clear to close a loan in 5 days if we really pushed it. Like, that doesn't throw anything crazy in there. It's all about the buyer and their feelings. Because if they had a good experience and good feelings throughout the process, they're going to refer you all their friends.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at a calendar and you add up everything that happens on the real estate side and the mortgage side, you have inspections, you have appraisals, you have deadlines, you have conditions from us, you have real estate deadlines. There is a ton going through the buyer's head where, like Tom said, a couple extra days to breathe, understand, fully take it in is not the worst thing in the world. Yes, if you got that 20% down buyer, bought multiple homes in their day, got their documents ready, they're practically clear to close when they do their mortgage application, sure, we can close that quick. We can turn it around for that particular buyer. But we're just saying it's not necessary, especially for first-time buyers that are going to be that subsection that's probably looking at the closing cost assistance loans or the government loans. It's going to take a little bit longer. Don't push your buyer through that. Make it a 45-day close and get it done properly.
They almost feel like they get taken advantage of in certain points because you're trying to rush them through it and maybe try to make them miss something. And some people have brought that up to me. Like, what are you trying to hide? Why are we trying to rush us through so fast? I want to read it. I want to take my time and understand the process. So it's not for everybody to close in 30 days. Yeah, it's cool. You can throw it up on social media. We got this one closed in 30 days, but that's not reality.
Anth, your pre-offer huddle will fix all of this.
Yeah, man. I mean, I talk about it all the time, and I do them. I think they're very, very beneficial to keep everybody on the same page for the offer, but just going back real quick, like you mentioned, the title company. I mean, we can have it clear to close and appraisal waiver and all that stuff is done, but the title company, we still have to wait for them to get their stuff back. And if they can't get taxes and lien letters, it's because the occupancy and the die test wasn't done in that borough. So if you are a listing agent and you're listing a property, you should know what you're listing in the area that you're listing it in. You should know if there's a die test required with occupancy. Have that done ahead of time. Get it done so that the title company can get their taxes and their lien letters. And I hear through the industry that, the title company is not allowed to hold up the closing because they don't have lien letters and taxes. Well, I don't know any lender that's going to magically close a loan with estimated taxes and it makes an estimate that there's no lien letters on this property. There's no liens. So they have to be done regardless. So if you're listing a property, that'll greatly help. Know what you're selling, get the occupancy and the die test done, and the title company will be able to get what they need in a faster amount of time. So
that's it. It's all about the teamwork. It literally takes a community to get a loan closed. It's not one person. It's all of us. We want to team up with you. We just want to make sure it's done the right way. So give us a shout. Have a great day. I don't know if we'll be on Friday. If we can get the boys together, I'll be around, but we'll have to check it out. But if not, happy 4th and be safe out there to everyone.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yes.
Tom, Ryan, and Anthony.